Hello, welcome back. My name is Bubs. Thank you so much for joining in. In today's yoga practice, we're doing a class for happy hips. Now you'll need a bolster, and if you don't have a bolster, that's a-okay. Just grab a cushion from your couch or a pillow from your bed. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Starting in a kneeling position on your mat, bring the left heel forward. Now make sure that the left foot and the knee and the hip is in alignment. So we're just going to go into a hip flexor stretch, rolling the shoulders up, back and down. And then from here, I want you to tilt your pelvis forward and bring the hips to the belly, belly to the spine. Nice. So you'll feel that in that right side hip flexor. Awesome work. Breathing here for 5. Might not feel like a lot, but we're just going to ease into the practice. Breathing for 4. Awesome work. Breathing for 3. Really pressing that pelvis forward. Breathe 2. Nice work. Breathing for 1. And then slowly bring that left heel forward. You're going to sink down into the hips here. Now you can either keep the hands on the hips or the hands towards that left knee. Really pressing the hips down. Fully relax the hips here. Breathing here for 5. Good. Breathing for 4. Breathing here for 3. Really sinking those hips down. Breathing for 2. Good. Breathing for 1. Now your next one, you're going to bring the hands towards that right side of the left foot into dragon pose. Now really sink the hips down, shoulders away from the ears. Now if you've got right niggly knee, you can fold the mat in half or use a blanket or a cushion or something like that. Breathing here for 5. Doing so good. Breathing for 4. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. Really sinking those hips to the mat. Breathing for 1. Now your next one, you can use a block. We're going to come to the forearms. If this is too much, just stay on the hands for the next 5 breaths. Otherwise, come to the forearms, elbows underneath the shoulders. Now from here, you're going to press that left knee away, coming to the side of that left heel. If you need some elevation, you can use a block or some books under the elbows. Nice. Breathing here for 5. Breathing here for 4. Breathing here for 3. Really relaxing the hips. Breathing for 2. Getting rid of any tension that you're holding on to. Breathing for 1. Slowly come back towards the hands. Bring that left foot back to tabletop. Good, and just have a little shake out, maybe a child's pose here before we go to the other side. Alrighty, tabletop, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and then slowly bring that right foot forward and then come into that kneeling position, that hip flexor stretch. Now make sure that the right heel is underneath that right knee. Good, roll the shoulders up, back and down. Take a deep breath in here. And then exhale, I want you to tilt that pelvis forward, hips to the belly, belly to the spine. Now you'll feel it in that left hip flexor here. Good, breathing here for 5. Think of that nice tall posture. Breathe for 4. Lengthening through the crown of the head. Good, breathe for 3. Nice, breathe for 2. Easing into the next pose, breathing for 1. Nice. Now bring your right heel forward and then you're going to sink your hips down. Take your time. Now you can either bring the hands towards that right knee or keep the hands on the hips. We want to keep that length through the crown of the head and fully relax the hips all the way down to the mat. Again, you can fold the mat in half under that left knee or use a blanket. Nice. Breathing here for 5. Good. Breathing here for 4. Really relaxing the hips here. Breathing for 3, you're doing so good, team. Breathing for 2. Good, breathing for 1. And then from here, coming into dragon pose, bring the hands towards the left side of that right foot. Nice. Keep the shoulders away from the ears and really sinking the hips low. Breathing here for 5. Good, breathing here for 4. You can start to feel that in the left hip. Good, breathing here for 3. Breathing here for 2. Breathing here for 1. And then from here, you can either stay on the palms, the hands, or come towards the elbows into full dragon pose. So this one, you can use blocks or a book under the elbows. coming down towards the forearms, and then you're gonna press that right knee away. Really sinking the hips low here. Breathe for 5. No, this one's creating a little bit of heat in the body. Breathing for 4. Happy hips, breathing for 3. Good, breathing for 2. Nice, breathing for 1. Slowly come back towards the hands. Bring that right leg back to tabletop. Nice, take a deep breath in as you flex the feet, lift the knees, coming into downward facing dog. Just pedal out the legs here. Get some movement in the hips, in the spine. Nice. And then from here, lifting the right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip, coming into some hip circles. So it's just gonna really open up the hips here before we go into pigeon. Nice, give me 2 more. Really lifting that right knee nice and high. Good, last one. Inhale, lengthen, three-legged dog, and then exhale, want you to bring the right knee towards that right wrist. Nice, drop to the shin, and then keep that left leg nice and lengthened. Nice, you can keep the hands towards the mat. I don't want you to drop your glute down, so that right glute to the mat, so keep the hips nice and stacked. Nice, now you're welcome to use your bolster or cushion in front. Otherwise, take a deep breath in, optional to lift the hands to the ceiling. Nice. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, you can either walk the hands forward on the ground or using the hips, the glutes and the core to come down nice and slow. Good. Come down to the forearms or fully sinking the chest down here. Nice. Getting rid of any tension that you're holding on to. You can bring that forehead or side of the face down to the mat. Nice. Breathing here for 5. Breathing here for 4. Breathing here for 3. Doing so good, team. Pigeon, sleeping swan. This one's great for the hips. Breathing 2. Good, breathing 1. Slowly start to walk the hands back. Flex that back left foot. Take an inhale, lifting right leg high, three-legged dog. And exhale, release back down. You're welcome to take a child's pose here, or we're gonna go into the other side. So take a deep breath in, lifting your left leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip, and coming into your hip circles. So you're gonna draw that left knee down to the right knee, and then lift. Nice, make sure you're breathing here. Good, 2 more big circles. Getting ready for that pigeon pose. Good, last one. Inhale, lengthen, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the left knee towards that left wrist. Drop to that left shin and lengthen your right leg nice and long. Good. Make sure you're not dumping into that left glute. Keep it nice and lifted. Hips are nice and stacked. Hips are nice and level. Hands can come towards the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as you slowly walk the hands forward. Now you've got that second option if you want to make it harder. Hands towards the ceiling. Good, deep breath in. Exhale slowly, hinging from the hips, using the glutes, the hips and the core as you come down towards the forearms. Now if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can really start to stretch the hands forward. Stretching the hands forward, sinking down to the elbows, chest, chin, forehead down to the mat. Good, breathing here for 5. Breathing here for 4. Getting rid of any tension that you may be holding on to. Breathing for 3. You're doing so good, team. Breathing for 2. Good, breathing for 1. Slowly lift the head, walking the hands back. Nice, you're gonna flex that right foot, take an inhale, left leg long, three-legged dog, and exhale, release it back down. Nice, pedal out the legs, and then from here you're gonna drop towards the knees. Rolling the shoulders up, back and down. Interlace the fingers behind, a nice we counter pose. Good. Maybe a little rock side to side. And then from here we're going to come into frog pose. So you can use your bolster or your pillow in front. And then from here, you're going to come to that tabletop position and bring the knees nice and wide. Heels and knees are in alignment and really sinking the hips nice and low. Now from here, you can bring the belly towards the bolster, but you don't want to shift the hips forward past the knee. So make sure that they're in alignment. Nice, deep breath in, and then exhale, you're going to sink the belly, and you can come to the forearms here if you like, and then fully relax the side of the face down towards the bolster or the pillow. Nice. Now if you do want a little bit more, you can bring the bolster away in front, either come to the elbows or towards the chest, really sinking the chest down towards the mat. Now it might feel a little bit intense to start with. Really start to work with your breath here. So as you inhale, really sinking the hips low, and then exhale, getting rid of any tension you're holding on to. After about 5 or so breaths, you'll start to really relax into this pose. So we'll be here for about 10 breaths. Breathing at your own pace. Long deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, relax. Starting to feel your hips letting go. Good, about 6 more long deep breaths here. Bring your awareness to your pranayama, your breath, instead of the uncomfortableness. I know it's hard to do. Good, breathing here for 5. Breathing here for 4. Breathing here for 3. Breathing here for 2. Good, one more long deep breath in. And exhale, relax. Slowly start to bring the forehead up. Gently bring the hands towards the chest, pressing yourself up. Always take your time coming out of frog pose. Bring your hands back. Using your upper body strength, you're going to bring your knees in, one at a time, and then gently start to come towards the heels into your kneeling position. Back to that counter pose. Interlace the fingers, press the fingertips towards the floor. That one is intense, I know it is. So making sure that you are breathing through that one and taking your time. It shouldn't be painful, it might be a little bit uncomfortable, but when the mind and the body is connected, it is amazing what the body can do. And then from here, using your bolster or a few blocks or a book, we're going to come into Malasana Yogi squat. So bringing the heels nice and wide to the sides of the mat, heels in, toes pointed out, sinking the hips nice and low. Now from here, if this is too much, you can use a bolster or a block and just fully relaxing the hips down, and that gives you a little bit more support as you focus on that tall posture. Now if this is a little bit too easy and you want to go into full Malasana, you can release the bolster away or the blocks, sinking the hips down, lengthening through the crown of the head as you inhale. Exhale, press the elbows against the knees. Now we want to make sure that the weight is not at the tippy toes, the weight is at the back of the heels. So see if you can do your Malasana with the toes lifted. I know it can be a little bit challenging. Now if you're scared that you're going to fall back because you've got the weight towards the heels, you can use your back up against a wall, really pressing the shoulder blades. Good, deep breath in for 5. Awesome work team, breathing here for 4. Trying to relax through this. And if you want more, you can close your eyes. Breathing for 3. Good, breathing for 2. Keep that length through the spine. Good, breathing for 1. Slowly take a seat down onto your glutes. You can use one hand behind if you like. And then coming into Dragonfly pose, wide leg forward fold. Now bring the legs as wide as you can first, knees down, toes facing upwards. You can use a bolster or some blocks, maybe something underneath the bolster or a cushion in front. Otherwise you can just use gravity. That's probably the best way, I prefer, but up to you. All right, first option, hands behind the hips. Inhale as you lengthen through the crown of the head. And then exhale, slowly start to hinge forward from the hips. So you don't want to hinge from the ribs, you want to keep that length through the spine. Now if this is a little bit too easy, you can bring the hands forward. Again, inhale as you lengthen, squeeze the shoulder blades, shoulders away from the ears, and then exhale, hinging forward from the hips. You can use your bolster if you like. I prefer to just use gravity. And then really sinking the elbows down towards the mat. Again, you can close your eyes down here. Inhale as you lengthen, shoulders back. Exhale as you sink and relax into the pose. So really taking your time through this. Good, breathing for 9. Nice work team, breathing for 8. Breathe for 7. Breathing for 6. Can you go a little bit deeper? Breathing 5. Breathing for 4. Three more long deep breaths. Letting go of all the tension you're holding on to. Breathing for 2. Good, breathing for 1. Slowly start to lift the forehead, walking the hands back. Take your time, there's no rush. Nice, just take a few moments here as you lengthen through the crown of the head, shoulders back. Long deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. And then slowly start to bring the hands under the knees. Bring the legs forward, they might feel a little bit extra heavy. And then sitting in the middle of the mat, just popping the pillow to the side, pedaling out the legs. Take a deep breath in as you lengthen the spine, bring the hands forward. Exhale as you slowly start to roll the tailbone, each vertebra coming onto your back. Good, and then stretching out the whole body here. We're going to finish in a reclined butterfly pose. This one's really good for opening up the hips, the inner thigh. So bring the heels together, heels nice and close towards the pelvis, and just fully relax the knees down using gravity. Nice, you can bring your hands out to your side, palms facing upwards. Good, and then you can close your eyes here. Relax the shoulders, the chest, the arms, your belly, your whole back. Relaxing your hips, your legs, your knees, your ankles. Holding on to tension in my ankles. As I said that, I let go a little bit. Good, long deep breaths here. Be here for about 10 or so breaths. It's a nice restorative pose to finish the class. Long deep breaths here, breathing for 9. Breathing here for 8. Breathing here for 7. Starting to feel your body become heavy. Breathing for 6. Fully letting go. Breathe 5. Breathing here for 4. Breathe for 3. Breathing here for 2. And one more long deep breath in through the nose. Feel the belly, rib cage rise. And exhale, let it all go. Slowly bring the knees together, nice and slow. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Have a nice little rock side to side. Massaging your low back. And then from here you can bring the heels nice and wide to the corners of the mat, arms out by your side for your final pose of Shavasana. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you need. Otherwise, extending the right arm long, bending into your left knee, roll to your right side. Gently pressing yourself up into a comfortable seated position towards the top of your mat. Bring your hands towards your knees, maybe in a chin mudra. Rolling the shoulders up, back and down, lengthening through the crown of the head. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Bring your hands towards your heart center, feeling grateful for your hips, for your healthy body, healthy mind, healthy spirit. Beautiful work, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that practice for happy hips. If you do want to follow along for future workouts, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or workout ideas, leave them in the comments section below. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and we'll see you on the mat next time. Namaste.